This training video will explain the steps for distribution of the Eucharist under both species at St. Joseph Cottleville. Keeping COVID and other viruses in mind, it is important that we remember to distribute the precious blood in a way that optimizes both your physical safety and the safety of our parishioners. Distribution of the precious body will remain the same process as we currently follow, with a few minor changes. Based on your survey preferences, EMHC schedules will clearly identify whether you are assigned to distribute the host or precious blood. Minister assignments will be identified with the following markings. Black text means that you will distribute the host. Maroon-colored text means that you will distribute the precious blood. Bold maroon text indicates that you have been scheduled to clean the chalices after Mass. Please make sure that you are aware of your primary assignment for each Mass that you are scheduled. As a reminder, be prepared to dress appropriately, especially in case you are needed to step up and help. As soon as the priest places the chalice on the altar, all ministers should begin moving forward towards the credence table near the cross to disinfect their hands. Remember to move quickly, but don't rush. If you are scheduled to distribute the precious blood, after disinfecting, immediately go to the altar to receive communion from the celebrant. Starting on the side opposite the choir, the first three ministers should proceed forward to receive a chalice and purificator from the supporting priest or deacon. He will then direct you where to stand. The remaining ministers of the precious blood should go to the supporting priest or deacon on the choir side of the altar. Ministers will be on the left and right sides of where the current ministers stand for the precious body. You can stand on the step if there is room, or can stand on the floor. Make sure to give some space between yourself and the minister distributing the precious body. If you are assigned to distribute the precious body, stand at the credence table in front of the tabernacle after disinfecting your hands. After all 6 ministers distributing the precious blood have gone to the altar, approach the priest for communion and then to a supporting priest or deacon to get a ciborium. Again, the priest or deacon will direct you where you should stand. This will be similar to how we currently operate. If we do not have 6 ministers for the precious blood and you are willing to distribute the precious blood, please go up to get communion and take a chalice and distribute the precious blood. At this time, the ministers of precious blood will take precedence. If we are short on ministers, any extra ciboriums will be left on the altar. If you are in the congregation and wish to help out, please proceed up to the altar and take any remaining ciboriums and move to a position that remains open. These will likely be the front positions left and right of the celebrant. If you run out of precious body and there are still congregants in your line, you can check to see if there is a ciborium on the altar with additional hosts prior to returning your ciborium. Reminders on how to distribute the precious blood. If you are distributing the precious blood, please follow these steps to ensure maximum safety for yourself and for the congregants. After taking your position, unfold or expand the purificator with the intent that you will wipe the chalice using multiple areas of the purificator to minimize any transmittal of bodily fluids. When a congregant approaches, offer them the chalice, make eye contact with them, and clearly state, "The blood of Christ." After the congregant responds with "Amen," and they consume the precious blood, they will hand the chalice back to you. Make sure that you do not drop it or spill any. You may want to use both hands to help with this transfer. Using your thumb and pointer finger, pinch the purificator on both the inside and outside of the chalice where the congregant consumed the precious blood, and wipe it several times back and forth. Turn the chalice 1/4 or 1/3 turn to a new spot on the chalice for the next congregant. After the next person receives the precious blood, wipe it and move the purificator in your hand to a new or unused position. By wiping with a new or little used area on the purificator and rotating the chalice, you minimize any chance of cross transmission. While holding the purificator, try to remember not to use your hand around your nose, mouth, or face until after you wash or disinfect your hands. After you have distributed all of your precious blood, or there is almost nothing left, wipe the chalice again and take it back to the credence table in front of the tabernacle and place it in the tray. Fold your purificator and place it in a pile in the tray. Priests and deacons will consume any remaining precious blood in the chalices and purify them. You can then disinfect your hands again using the disinfectant at the other credence table or upon your return to your pew. Please note that the exact number of ministers of the precious blood, locations of the ministers, and specific masses that will distribute the precious blood may change over time. Please be prepared to follow directions by the priests and deacons. Thank you for your service to the parish. We will keep you informed if there are any changes or additions to the process of distributing the Eucharist under both species. As always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to EMHC leadership team by emailing emhc@stjoecott.org. God bless.